mantra about Odisha, about Jagannath, about all the privileges, incentives, the potential, the reach, the infrastructure, and the richness of this state. Second, I also learned this morning that this is one of the most financially strong state in the country where really there is leadership of Mr. Patnaik and the bureaucracies and all the ministers in this state. To acknowledge that we like this state, we have decided to invest in steel plants in Kendrapara and in Paradeep. We already have investments in mining area, we have beneficiation pellet plant, but that naturally leads to creating value through making steel in this state. Perhaps some of you already know that ArcelorMittal has the most leading technologies in steel in the world. We have one of the largest research and development facilities. We supply steel to all the most complicated and complex application of steel. And what we heard that we will like to bring those technologies to this state as well. So we are not only going to produce steel, but we are also going to bring technologies which is very much required for the future sustainability and climate change. So I am very proud, very happy that we are endorsing the vision of this state by signing some of the MOUs today. And as it is in my various meetings this morning, I could see that all the government machineries have already started working even before we have signed the MOU, which shows that the government is very active, very pro-business, very business-friendly. So these will all support for future growth and investment in this state. So thank you very much and congratulations to the Chief Minister and wish you all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Lakshmi Nivas Mittal, for your kind and encouraging words. From apparel to metal to finance to telecom to chemicals and textiles, the Aditya Birla Group straddles 36 countries with over 140,000 employees from over 100 nationalities. The group is one of the largest producers of cement, carbon black and flat-rolled aluminium in the world. The Aditya Birla Group is an important partner towards the industrial development of Odisha and has manufacturing units across the state, from apparel to aluminium, from chemicals to renewable energy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now invite Shri Satish Pai, MD Hindalco, and present Honorable Chief Minister, requesting him to inaugurate the Ultratech Cement Cuttack unit, which is ready for the commercial production. Requesting Honorable Chief Minister to kindly inaugurate the project. Thank you. The Vedanta Group is one of the world's leading natural resources company, and today we are extremely privileged to have Shri Anil Agarwal, founder and chairman, Vedanta Resources, with us. Under his leadership, Vedanta has grown from an Indian domestic miner into a global natural resources behemoth with entities listed across markets. Vedanta already has alumina refinery unit at Lanjigad in Kolahandi and a smelter in Jharsuguda. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are to witness history with the foundation stone laying of the Vedanta Aluminium Park at Jharsuguda by Honorable Chief Minister. May I request Shri Anil Agarwal to kindly join our Honorable Chief Minister to conduct the groundbreaking for the project. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. May I please invite Shri Anil Agarwal to kindly address us.
It's my privilege, Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu, all the Minister of the Odisha, सारे अधिकारीगण, जब मैंने उड़ीसा में काम चालू किया, बीजू बाबू से मिला, अभी भी याद है, पीले रंग की कोठी थी, उनकी बहुत इच्छा थी कि कालाहांडी में कुछ काम करो, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा कि आपने जगन्नाथ जी के दर्शन किए कि नहीं किए। मैंने कहा मैं जाता हूँ, बोले वहाँ से आशीर्वाद मिलेगा। तो जगन्नाथ जी, बलदेव जी, सुभद्रा जी, लेडी सुभद्रा, उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हमारे नवीन बाबू चीफ मिनिस्टर, उनके कार्यकाल में 22 सालों से मैं देख रहा हूँ कि जिस तरह की उन्नति, जिस तरह की प्रोग्रेस, और डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं से कोई ना कोई, जो हम लोगों को कोई छोटा मोटा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं था, 80,000 करोड़ रुपए लगाने थे, पैसे की कमी थी, जगह की कमी थी, टेक्नोलॉजी की कमी थी, आदमियों की कमी थी, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं से एक आदमी इतना स्ट्रांग पीछे हमारे खड़ा था, जिसकी वजह से ये हमने प्रोजेक्ट लगाए। और बहुत खुशी की बात है, ये मैं कह सकता हूँ कि दुनिया में लोग नहीं चाहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान तरक्की करे। हिंदुस्तान एक इम्पोर्टर बनकर रहे, लेकिन उड़ीसा ने उसको टर्न किया। हर एरिया में उन्होंने पूरी, मैंने देखा है जो बदलाव बीजू बाबू की लेगेसी में जो नवीन बाबू ने किया, वो अनमैचेबल है। उड़ीसा में आज मैं देखता हूं कि क्या नहीं है। आप हर तरह से देखेंगे तो, जैसे उन्होंने बताया, सरप्लस, हमारे सारे आज उद्योगपति, हमारे जो हमारे सबसे खास दोस्त हैं, सज्जन जी, नवीन बाबू, नवीन जिंदल, हमारे एलन मित्तल, हमारे सीमेंट वाले सारे लोग यहाँ पे हैं। सारे लोग, मैं सभी देशों, 2-3 स्टेट में गया हूँ, सारे स्टेट आज बुला रहे हैं लोगों को, लेकिन इतना उत्साह, इतनी भीड़ मैंने और कहीं स्टेट में नहीं देखी। आप देखिए तो उड़ीसा में मैं 2-4 चीज लिख के भी लाया। नवीन बाबू की वजह से एक जो खुशहाली है, लोगों में ट्रस्ट है, एक कॉमन आदमी, उसको विश्वास है, उसको उसका भय खत्म हुआ है। वो आज़ादी से हमारी औरतें उड़ीसा की, हमारे बच्चे, उनको मालूम है कि नवीन बाबू बैठे हुए हैं, हम उनकी देखरेख में हैं, हमको कोई एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं कर सकता है, हमारा कोई शोषण नहीं कर सकता है, वो उड़ीसा में है। यहाँ की लेडीज, जितना उनको संरक्षण मिला है, जो वो आगे आई हैं, वो हमने सुना ये आपका जो शक्ति प्रोग्राम हुआ है जिसमें कि महिलाओं को सबसे आगे किया गया, वो भी सारे हिंदुस्तान में इसकी चर्चाएं हो रही हैं। हमारी इच्छा थी कि हरदम कोई भी काम करो तो उसमें सब लोगों को साथ में लेके चलो। मैं तो आप लोगों के जैसा ही हूँ, आपसे भी छोटा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे को अभी भी याद है 15-16 साल की उम्र में मैं बिहार का लड़का हूँ। एल्युमिनियम लेने रेणुकूट जाते थे शेयर टैक्सी में बाबूजी के साथ में, और एक ही सपना था कि एक दिन रेणुकूट जैसी फैक्ट्री हम भी लगाएंगे, और वो आप सब लोगों को लगानी है। हमारे टाइम में तो बहुत डिफिकल्टी थी। आज के टाइम में उड़ीसा ऐसी जगह है जहां आपका सपना साकार हो सकता है। एल्युमिनियम पार्क बनाने की एक ही इच्छा थी। आज सब चीजें कन्वर्ट हो रही हैं, चाहे वो वैगन हो। हमारे स्टील वाले लोग बैठे हुए हैं, उनको थोड़ा खराब लगेगा, लेकिन ये बात सही है कि स्टील की वैगन जो हैं वो एल्युमिनियम में कन्वर्ट हो रही हैं। हमारे जो कार में जो पार्ट्स लगते हैं, 33 पार्ट्स लगते हैं, वो सारे एल्युमिनियम में कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं। तो एक ये इच्छा थी कि एक हम खुद डाउन स्ट्रीम लगाएं, या हम लोगों को आह्वान करें कि लोग आप यहाँ आके एल्युमिनियम पार्क बने। और हमारे नवीन बाबू ने हमारा इतना सहयोग दिया आप लोगों के लिए, जिसमें कि वहाँ पे सैकड़ों इंडस्ट्री लग सकें, जहाँ मोल्टन मेटल हम दें, और ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर में, रेलवे में, कंस्ट्रक्शन में, एयरप्लेन बनाने में, हर जगह एल्युमिनियम लग रहा है। उसकी आप लोग पता करें और ये एल्युमिनियम पार्क हम इस्टेब्लिश करें, जिसमें आप लोग आके देखें, और उसमें सब चीज़ रेडीली अवेलेबल है। लैंड अवेलेबल है, पावर अवेलेबल है, एल्युमिनियम अवेलेबल है। आपको टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छी लानी पड़ेगी, जिससे कि हमारी जो क्वालिटी है, जो ऑटोमोबाइल वाले हैं, चाहे कंस्ट्रक्शन वाले हैं, चाहे एरोस्पेस वाले हैं, उनको क्वालिटी अच्छी मिले। हमारे आज उड़ीसा में आप देखिए क्या नहीं है। मैं टीवी खोल के देखता हूं तो स्पोर्ट्स में सबसे आगे हैं, सबसे आगे हैं। नवीन बाबू ने अपना दिल लगा के उसमें काम किया है, सज्जन जी ने उनमें साथ दिया है। देख रहे हैं कि उसमें हॉकी में सबसे आगे हैं, स्पोर्ट्स में उड़ीसा सबसे आगे जाएगा। सबसे अच्छे गोल्ड मेडल्स लिए हैं, सबसे अच्छे उन्होंने पदक लिए हैं। आप डांस देख लीजिए, आप ड्रामा देख लीजिए, सिंगिंग देख लीजिए, स्कल्पचर बनाना देख लीजिए, सब हमारे उड़ीसा में है। जो हम बात करते हैं कि मेन स्ट्रीम से दूसरे स्ट्रीम में लोगों को रोजगार मिले, वो उड़ीसा में पॉसिबल है। सारे प्रोमिनेंट लोग ऑल्सो दुनिया के काफ़ी लोग उड़ीसा में हैं। टाइम कम है। अभी हम लोगों ने यूएस सेक्रेटरी के साथ एक मीटिंग थी इकोनॉमिक फोरम में। उन्होंने कहा कि जियो पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन में हमने अपने इंडस्ट्रीज को अमेरिका में कहा है कि आप चाइना नहीं जाके अल्टरनेटिव जगह खोजिए। और अल्टरनेटिव जगह कौन सी हो सकती है? स्वीट स्पॉट इंडिया ही है। जो इन्वेस्टमेंट वहां से डाइवर्ट होकर इंडिया में आने वाला है, वो मेरे हिसाब से इंडिया में आएगा, और इंडिया में सबसे पहले उड़ीसा में आएगा। उसी फोरम में एक इंडस्ट्रीज जो अमेरिका के थे, उन्होंने कहा कि हमें दो चीज की जरूरत बहुत, बाकी हम सब संभाल लेंगे। एक तो लैंड और एक ब्यूरोक्रेसी, और दोनों की तकलीफें उड़ीसा में नहीं है। इन्होंने बात की सारी बातें हमारे शर्मा जी ने बता दी, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, एनी एरिया यू सी। मैं एक नई चीज़ आज बोलने वाला हूँ। हम लोगों ने, हमारी एक फैक्ट्री है जिसमें हम सेमीकंडक्टर और ग्लास, जो कि $30 बिलियन का इंपोर्ट है इंडिया में, उसकी पहल की है। और उड़ीसा में हम चाहते हैं, क्योंकि एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पर आज हमारे बच्चों को, 15-16 साल के बच्चों को अगर लैपटॉप 30-40 हज़ार रुपये में मिल जाए, जो कि आज 1.5 लाख में मिलता है, सेलुलर फ़ोन, स्मार्टफोन 20 हज़ार में हम कहाँ से हमारे बच्चे अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं? वो 4-5 हज़ार में मिल जाए। अगर टीवी जो आज 60-70 हज़ार रुपये में लगता है, वो 7 हज़ार 8 हज़ार रुपये में मिल जाए, उसकी पहल चालू की है। और उसमें 2 ही चीज़ें लगती हैं, एक सेमीकंडक्टर और ग्लास, वो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट है। जो क्लस्टर जो डेवलप हो रहा है, जिसके अंदर कम से कम सैकड़ों इंडस्ट्रियाँ, जापान की एक सिलिकॉन वैली तैयार हो रही है, वो उड़ीसा में हम पहल करेंगे। हम बातचीत चालू कर रहे हैं। जो अल्टरनेट सोर्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, और जो बच्चे जो आज तैयार होंगे, अगर उनको जिस भी काम में जाना है, विंडो टू द वर्ल्ड इज द लैपटॉप। वो अपने आप पता करेंगे कि उसमें उनको कहाँ जाना है। उनको डांस में इच्छा है, उनके गाने में इच्छा है, उनको स्कल्पचर बनाने में इच्छा है, और कोई भी, हर आदमी में एक खासियत होती है, उसको डेवलप करना चाहते हैं। बिकॉज ऑफ लैपटॉप दे कैन डेवलप, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई एम लुकिंग फॉर द इंडिया। मैं और अपने बारे में क्या बताऊं, जो भी, अगर मैं ये इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क को उड़ीसा को समर्पित कर सका, इसमें मेरा कुछ भी नहीं है। मेरा एक ही है कि अगर 100-200 इंडस्ट्री हमारे पहल करने से अगर इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क बन जाए, तो हम बीजू बाबू का, नवीन बाबू का एक जो सपना है, उसको आगे बढ़ाएं, साकार कर दें। आज हम कालाहांडी में भी गए। कालाहांडी आज जो पूरी दुनिया में फेमस था, आज वो भात हांडी हो गया है। वहाँ चावल की पैदावार हर तरह से वहाँ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप हुआ है। उसका पूरा श्रेय हमारे नवीन बाबू को जाता है। मैं आप लोगों को सबको आह्वान करता हूँ, हम 22 साल से स्टेट में हैं, हमें कहीं कोई तकलीफें तो होती हैं। हम लोगों ने, सरकार ने, ब्यूरोक्रेट ने, सब ने मिलकर कंधे से कंधा मिला के 80,000 करोड़ रुपए लगाया। और मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि आपको तकलीफ नहीं आएगी। हिंदुस्तान में सबसे अच्छा स्टेट ये है, आप आगे बढ़ें। आज पैसे की तकलीफ नहीं है, आज पूरी दुनिया हिंदुस्तान को देख रही है। आप जैसे एंटरप्रेन्योर कहीं नहीं है। आप आगे आएं, इंडस्ट्री यहाँ लगाएं, अपने को सक्सेस करें। यही मेरी दिल से कामना है। ऑल द बेस्ट। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Shri Anil Agarwal ji, for your extremely warm words. With operations in core sectors such as power generation, infrastructure, and cement manufacturing, the JSW Group has today grown into a global conglomerate. The group has significant investments in Odisha, and we are privileged to have with us Shri Sajan Jindal, Chairman JSW Group, here with us. May I please request him to kindly share his plans and vision of JSW Group's deep-rooted association with the state of Odisha.
Speech was absolutely fantastic.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, my colleagues on the dais from the industry, ministers of Odisha in the audience and on the dais, officers of the government of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I would like to congratulate Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu for organizing this fabulous event today, and the fact that 3 of us Jindals are here from the family. That shows that how important Odisha is for the country. And of course, my son is the 4th one who is also sitting on the dais. As always, it's a real honor to be here because as my predecessors, Shri Ellen Mittalji and Shri Anil Agarwalji mentioned, that Odisha is the state of India. It actually defines what India is. Odisha is taking the leadership position as an industrial state in our country. Other states are also doing very well, but I think under the leadership, able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, this state is progressing leaps and bounds. It is progressing, and I am talking from personal experience that over the last 5 years since I have started, I entered late in Odisha, but since I have started, I am seeing that what I have missed for over 20 years. So this state really deserves what it is doing today and is absolutely fantastic. And I have few reasons why I say that this state is what it is. Of course, my predecessors have already talked about it. So the fact is, one is the stable government. Naveen Babu is there for last 22 years. That brings a lot of stability for somebody who wants to come and invest in the state. You have a stable government. You have a transparent government. This government believes in transparency, empowerment of its people. So that is a very, very strong reason why this state is progressing so well. The development of human resource. I have personally seen how this state is spending money and effort in educating its people in the villages. I have seen how automated, how digital the schools are being made. Today, the government schools in the villages and in the cities are better than the private schools in the state of Odisha. And this I've seen from my own experience, from my own eyes. So the digital push that is being given to the schools. Just imagine what will happen after 10 or 15 years when these same children will come up for the jobs and for work. They will be highly educated, highly digitally educated. And that will be the strength of Odisha in 10 to 15 years' time. Second is the healthcare. The way healthcare is being promoted in Odisha is absolutely beyond imagination. It is probably one of the best states which is focusing on healthcare. Of course, industrial development and the infrastructure that is being created for developing industry, I don't need to mention because everybody has talked about it, and I'm sure other speakers will speak about it. But I must say that today you see on the stage large industry people. We are all building very high capital intensive large industries. But what this large industry development is doing is that it is giving a snowball effect to the MSME sector. We are going to see thousands and thousands of MSME sector supporting the large industries and benefiting out of the large industries. So that is what is this state is doing to attract large industry and thereby attracting the MSME sector. As Mr. Hemant Sharma in his fabulous presentation mentioned about 30 acres in 30 days, 50 acres in 50 days. But I was going to add that 3,000 acres don't take 3,000 days. So that need not be done. But I must say that that's not the case. It is really happening really fast. Well, as you know, that nature has given, endowed the state of Odisha with large amount of natural resource, a huge coast area for different ports which are already there, and more can be built. So Odisha has really taken advantage of this entire mineral resource that is there. When this law was changed, Odisha was the first state which did the auctioning of the minerals mines. No other state has, even many states have even today have not done the same thing what Odisha has done many years ago, and they are reaping the benefit. From a revenue of 10,000 crores a year, it is now over 40,000 crores a year that the mineral revenue is the state is getting. And JSW Steel and JSW Group has a role to play in this entire uplift of the situation. The fourth area where I feel Odisha is very attractive is tourism. You know, I am so proud to say today, standing here, that as a Hindu, I feel very, very emotionally charged that what Odisha has done, what the state of Odisha has done, what Naveen Babu has done, is to rejuvenate all the temples of this state. All the Prachin Mandir of this state has been rejuvenated. If you go to Jagannath temple at Puri, you will see what a fabulous environment that has been created. After years of overcrowding of the temple, Naveen Babu has really taken it up. The Lingaraj temple here and so many other temples and the places like Konark temple. So this is what every state must replicate in their states to improve all our religious places, to make them of very high standard. So that because we feel really attached with all our religious places, and that's what has been done. You know, in the past, this was being done by the kings of Odisha. What the temples were built by them, the kings and all. Today, Naveen Babu is the king of Odisha, and that's why he is rejuvenating all these temples. So I really congratulate Naveen Babu. Another area which I feel state of Odisha has really taken the lead in the country is in the area of sports. No other state in the country has taken as much initiative in sports as the state of Odisha is taken. I am not saying this because I am standing in front of Naveen Babu, Honorable Chief Minister, or his officers, but I genuinely feel from my heart that the sports has been a big thrust from the state of Odisha. Hockey, which had lost its glory. Hockey is India's national sport. It had lost its glory. It is only because of state of Odisha that we won the Olympic medal in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. That is because of the state of Odisha. You see the swimming program, the athletics program, the basketball program, the badminton program, the stadiums, Kalinga Stadium that has been created. I have seen and visited every place because I am very passionate about sports. Coming from Haryana, I am very passionate. But Odisha has taken a leap over even Haryana as far as entire sports is concerned. Haryana has focused more on boxing and wrestling, but Odisha has taken in all the other areas, and I can assure you that in the years to come, sports will be led by Odisha and India will do much better in Olympics in the years to come. Coming to finally on the commitment of JSW, last time when I was here, I had said that Odisha state will be a $1 trillion economy, where is one of the first states which will become a $1 trillion economy. It's a tall order because today Odisha is close to 100 billion. When I spoke last, it was 60 billion. We have already, Odisha has already moved a long way, but from 100 to a trillion is 10 times. But I'm sure Odisha will be one of the first states to become a $1 trillion economy, which is a huge, huge achievement. JSW's group had committed 60,000 crore investment in the last time when we met before COVID, 4 years ago. We have already invested over 30,000 crore and another 30,000 crore is underway. Today, I want to tell you that we want to commit another 1 lakh crore rupees in the state of Odisha in building various projects. I don't want to name them, but just a few is the steel plant in Paradeep, which will be one of the most beautiful and most green steel plant. That is what my dream is, my imagination is, and Honorable Chief Minister's dream and imagination also. We will build the silicon wafer plant, silicon metal plant, which will be used for making solar panels and stuff like that, which India imports 100%. There is no production of that product in India, and renewable power and many other areas that we are looking at. Finally, friends, I have a few suggestions, a couple of suggestions for the state of Odisha. One is on infrastructure. I would like to request and suggest to the Honorable Chief Minister and the state that infrastructure is one area that the more the government will invest, because only government can invest in infrastructure, whether it is railway corridors, whether it is highways. I know Mr. Hemant Sharma made the presentation, he talked about it. But I still believe that we have to go overboard in investment in infrastructure. The more we create infrastructure, the more ease of doing business will happen, more industries will come up. If we look at the model of China, we look at model of Japan, we look of any country, they have focused, the government has only focused on building infrastructure and creating environment for the industry to come up. So if that happens, then I think we will see a big investment, spurry of investment in our state of Odisha. So with this, friends, I have completed all my points, and I hope, I wish this Make in Odisha Conclave all the best. And thank you very much. Vande Utkal Janani. Dhanyabad. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Sajjan Jindal ji, for your kind address. Ladies and gentlemen, at the risk of repeating myself with all humility, may I please request our esteemed speakers to kindly keep their remarks very brief for 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you. Jindal Steel and Power operates some of India's most advanced steel manufacturing and power generation units with capacities of global scale. Driving the firm's growth is Shri Naveen Jindal, Chairman Jindal Steel and Power, and it is our proud privilege to have with us today. JSPL has been contributing significantly to the state's development through their state-of-art operations in Odisha. With these words, may I please request Shri Naveen Jindal to kindly enlighten us with his address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Minister for Industries, Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, Chief Secretary, Shri Suresh Mahapatra ji, DGP, Mr. Bansal, Shri Ellen Mittal ji, Shri Anil Agarwal ji, who just scared us steel producers that now aluminum is going to be used to making steel railway wagons. So we'll have to think what to do. Sajjan Bhaiya, you just heard him. He has always inspired me, guided me. Mr. Narendran, Ms. Soma Mandal, Chairperson of SAIL, President FICCI-elect, my friend Subrakant Panda, all the ambassadors, excellencies, my friends Puneet Dalmia, Vineet Mittal, Principal Secretary to Chief Minister, Mr. Pandian, Karan Adani, my friend Prashant Ruiya, Parth, Abhyuday, all the captains of industry sitting on the dais and off the dais, senior officials of Government of Odisha, all the fellow industrialists, businessmen from Odisha and from all over India who have come here today, friends from the media, ladies, gentlemen, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. I would like to congratulate Government of Odisha and the Honorable Chief Minister for such a successful Make in Odisha Conclave. It's not easy to get together so many people. So hats off to the efforts that people make, that the Principal Secretary, Hemant Sharma ji, has made to make this happen. And Hemant ji, that was one of the most impressive presentations. Watching your presentation, we are already investing, I would say, too much in Odisha. After seeing your presentation, we want to invest further much more and many more sectors. So friends, Odisha is my second home. but my number one, Karambhumi. I love to spend time here. After liberalization in 1990s, my father, Shri O.P. Jindal, and the legendary leader of India, Shri Biju Patnaik ji, they had dreamt of setting up a steel plant here. It did not happen then, but with their blessings, their two sons, both Naveens, have already set up Odisha's largest steel plant, which is now on way to become the world's single location largest and the greenest steel plant. And all the other sons also of O.P. Jindal, Sajan Bhaiya, Ratan Bhaiya, Parth, Abhyuday, every one of us is in Odisha to make that dream a reality. And much more. I don't think even they ever dreamt that so much of steel is going to be made in Odisha one day. So we are truly blessed to have come to Odisha and invested here more than 20 years ago. We really feel that Odisha is the role model for all other states for investment. Whenever I get invited to invest in other states, I always give them the example of Odisha. As we have seen in the presentation and before me, many speakers have said that Odisha is a very progressive state, and it's all thanks to the dynamic and gentleman Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Let's give him a big applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's very impressive, Odisha government's focus on skill development, promoting CSR, and encouraging investors to give back to the communities by building schools, hospitals. We have just started to work on building a multi-speciality hospital in Angul. The way much for inviting us to this conclave. Jai Hind, Jagannath.
Thank you, Shri Naveen Jindal, for your kind address. Moving on, with a diverse business portfolio in areas including steel, automobiles, communications, power, chemicals, hotels, consultancy services, IT, healthcare and education, and a market capitalization over 311 billion USD, Tata Group does not need much introduction. Established in the year 1868, the Tata Group is one of the oldest and largest conglomerates in India, with presence in more than 100 other countries. The group is a key stakeholder in the industrial development of the state and operates across several sectors. The first commercially operated iron ore mine in entire Asia was started by Tata Steel in Goru Mahisani in Mayurbhanj district of Odisha. Tata Steel also operates a state-of-the-art plant at Kalinganagar, Jajpur, with a capacity of 8 million tons, a plug-and-play industrial estate with DTA and SEZ areas in Gopalpur, and are also building the Suvarna Rekha port up north of Dhamra port. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, may I now invite Shri T.V. Narendran, CEO and MD Tata Steel, request him to kindly address the august gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Excellencies on the dais, my colleagues from the industry, other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege for us as the Tata Group and Tata Steel to be associated with the state of Odisha, and this association, as was just mentioned, goes back to over 100 years, even before the state of Odisha as it exists today was there. With significant investments by multiple Tata companies, including Tata Steel, Tata Power, TCS, Tata Consumer Products, Indian Hotels, and many others, the Tata Group employs over 50,000 people already in the state of Odisha directly, and another 50,000 people indirectly. The Tata Group of companies, and more specifically Tata Steel, has invested over 75,000 crores in the last 5 years, most of it since the last summit that we had, and we will continue to invest to grow in the state of Odisha for multiple reasons. We've seen that, as many of my colleagues from the industry have mentioned, that this is one of the easiest and most business-friendly states to operate in. It has a political stability, it has a business orientation, it has got very agile decision-making, an empowered group of bureaucrats, and a lot that one dreams for in many other states. Over the last few years, Tata Steel has not just built the Kalinganagar steel plant, which it continues to expand, but has also invested in acquiring the erstwhile Bhushan steel plant, as well as an Nilachal Ispat more recently. Today, we are already producing about 9 million tons of steel in Odisha, which makes us the largest steel producer in Odisha, and we plan to double this over the next few years as we expand in all our locations that we have in Odisha. We as a group and as Tata Steel have also continued to work with the communities in the state of Odisha in multiple areas, whether it's health, whether it's education, and of course, whether it's sports, and more specifically in the field of hockey. Again, all this has been possible because of the support that we've received from the Honorable Chief Minister and the government of Odisha over the years. It is no surprise to us that Odisha is one of the fastest industrializing states in India, with an industry growth rate higher than the national industrial growth rate, and an industry share of the state GDP which is higher than the national share of industry in the GDP of the country. Odisha has also been successful in creating an investment climate that is attracting investments in multiple sectors and from multiple companies from India and overseas. Odisha has successfully demonstrated how you can convert the wealth lies below the ground to jobs, economic development, and prosperity above the ground. Odisha accounts for 1/4 of the steel capacity of the country today, and the share is expected to increase to 1/3 of the steel capacity during this decade. This is a great opportunity for the state of Odisha because the state of Odisha has a potential during this decade to produce as much steel as what India is producing today. And the state of Odisha is blessed with a coastline in addition to mineral wealth. Today there are countries in the world which import iron ore and export steel, and that's about 150 million tons of steel exports going from countries which import iron ore. Odisha alone has a potential to convert that iron ore into steel and occupy the space that can be vacated by these countries. As the steel industry in general and Tata Steel in particular plan these expansions, a few areas where I think the government needs to focus on. I know we've got a lot of help in these areas, but obviously as we plan our expansion, we want the government also to keep pace with our plans. And I think one area, as was mentioned by Mr. Sajjan Jindal earlier, is infrastructure, because steel, any steel plant means movement of 3 to 4 times the material that you're producing, and that means the rail infrastructure, the port infrastructure, the road infrastructure, all that needs to be upgraded much more than it is today to keep up with the pace of steel investments that's happening. Secondly, the provision of adequate power, and more importantly, the infrastructure to support that. Raw material security, sustainable policies supporting sustainable mining, facilitation of installing of slurry pipelines, because that helps in moving the raw materials that's required to the steel plants, and also obviously making sure, as we've always had, the support that is required to move fast on these investments. Once again, a great privilege for us as a group, for us as Tata Steel, to be associated with the state of Odisha, and I wish this investment summit all the very best. I'm sure if the past is any indication to go by, the future looks bright. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Narendran, for your warm address. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us the Gen Next from the Jindal family, Shri Abhuday Jindal, the scion of JSPL, and I request Shri Abhuday Jindal to request Honorable Chief Minister and jointly lay their foundation stone of Jindal Stainless Steel Park. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. As the saying goes, the proof of the pudding lies in eating, and as a culmination of the Herculean efforts put together during the 9 road shows across the country, we have the pudding to eat it too. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the MOU exchange ceremony for the various proposals received today. May I request the officials to kindly escort the MOU holders to the designated areas, and requesting Shri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary Industries, to join the delegation of MOU holders. Requesting the MOU holders to please join in with Principal Secretary Industries for a photo op. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for the MOU exchange ceremony for the various proposals received for Make in Odisha 2022. Representatives of the companies with their various proposals which they have submitted to the government of Odisha and as part of the MOU exchange. Requesting all those representatives who have already taken the photograph to please go back to the respective seats, and requesting the next batch of MOU holders to kindly join Shri Hemant Sharma on the desk for the next photo op. Thank you, Shri Sharma. A household name, the metal to infrastructure behemoth Adani Group is heavily invested in our state. From Dhamra port to iron beneficiation has already drawn his interest. The Adani Group is also venturing into data centers and other sectors. And I would like to invite Shri Karan Adani to kindly come here and share his thoughts with us.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, distinguished leaders and administrators, captains of industries, and my dear friends. Thank you very much for your invitation to speak at the third edition of the Make in Odisha Conclave. I am honored to be here among so many of India's top industrialists. I started to come regularly to Bhubaneshwar since our acquisition of Dhamra port in 2014. I was 26 then, and over the years, I have grown to love this great city and state. This is the temple city of India, known for its convergence of our country's Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cultures. This is the city that forms the holy golden triangle, along with the breathtaking beauty of the city of Puri and the city of Konark, that hosts the three images of the sun god. And this is the city that today continues to transform under the leadership of its beloved leader, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Honorable Chief Minister, there could not be a greater reflection of the love, confidence, and the faith that the people of your state have in you than the fact that you are in your fifth term as the leader of the state of Odisha. Your empathy and social-based style of leadership are truly inspiring. The best manifestation of your style of leadership are the social schemes you are implementing, along with the strong discipline you bring to governance. Be it the Kaliya Yojana, or the Mission Shakti, or the game-changing Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana health scheme that covers almost 1 crore families, or the generous dietary stipend to the sports person, or the smart classroom you have built in the most rural parts of the state. These are all game-changing initiatives for the upliftment of the society and gives everyone the confidence to aspire. Equally impressive is your 5T program that focuses on teamwork, technology, transparency, transformation, and time limit, and ensures that the performance of your officials is judged on these 5 factors. Now, allow me to outline Adani Group's plan for Odisha. Our primary interests here are in ports and logistics, industrial clusters and special economic zone, power generation, transmission and distribution, integrated natural resource management, renewable energy, data center, defense, cement, and agribusiness. We are leaders in all our core businesses, and Odisha is one of the most important states for the Adani Group. Your guidance has led us to great strides in Dhamra. According to our revised master plan, the Dhamra port will have 35 berths with a massive 315 million tons in port capacity. It is the first port in India to receive environment clearance for more than 300 million tons. We are thankful to the High-Level Clearance Authority for approving our proposal to set up a 4 million ton per annum alumina refinery and a 30 million tons per annum iron ore project. Honorable Chief Minister, the alignment between progress, state development, and job creation is an essential part of all the investments that we have made. I am delighted to say that our investments in the state of Odisha continues to accelerate. Over the last 5 years, Adani Group has already invested 20,000 crores as we have gone about developing LNG terminal, the Dhamra port, and our mining activities. The number of direct jobs created has already touched 10,000 and indirect at 30,000. Our continuing commitment to Odisha is showcased in our planned capital investment that will exceed 60,000 crores over the next 5 years. In closing, let me say that along with our investment, we continue to expand our social activities across Odisha via the Adani Foundation. One new activity we have been very closely monitoring is the formation of Women Producers Group that works to train women from Dhamra's Gram Panchayats and teach them to be self-reliant. I believe this program will be a game changer and help augment Odisha's wide-ranging social programs. Honorable Chief Minister, it is said that in the 18th century, when the British first saw the Rath Yatra in honor of Lord Jagannath, they were so amazed that they introduced a new English word, Juggernaut, meaning unstoppable force. Today, you are the Juggernaut shaping the unstoppable future of this great state. Once again, thank you for your inspiration, guidance, and support. I look forward to doing our part to help build Odisha that you continue to shape. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Karan Adani, for your warm address. Ladies and gentlemen, you had just witnessed the MOU exchange photo op with Shri Hemant Sharma and the MOU holders. So I would just like to take the names of the companies who have signed the MOUs. So please do give a big round of applause after I announce their names. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India Limited, JSW Limited, Renew Power, Avada Ventures Private Limited, Acme Clean Tech Solutions Private Limited, the Vari Energies Limited, My Home, Kalyani Steels Limited, Ocure Energy Holding Limited, Oil India Limited, SR Group, Rungta Metals Private Limited, the SMS India Denali Chorus Refractory Solutions Private Limited, Divya Shakti India Private Limited, SLN Spinning Mills India Private Limited, the Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, NTPC, Indraprastha Gas Limited, and Aditya Birla Renewables Limited. Once again, let's have a big round of applause for the MOU holders. Carrying on, ladies and gentlemen, we have next Renew Power, which was established in 2011 and is one of India's leading renewable energy companies in terms of total energy generation capacity. Since commencing operations with a 25.2 megawatt wind project in Jasdan, Gujarat, the company has grown exponentially and has a current renewable asset of over 13 gigawatt, including projects under development and also in the pipeline. In October 2019, Renew Power became the first RE company in India and 10th globally to cross 5 gigawatts of installed capacity. In 11 years of its operation, Renew Projects has generated many jobs directly and indirectly. They're now venturing out in the field of green hydrogen, green ammonia, and have chosen Odisha to be their destination of choice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us Srimati Vaishali Nigam Sinha, Chief Sustainability Officer, Renew Power, and may I request her to kindly address us.
Honorable Chief Minister, respected Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Ministers and Senior Officers of the Odisha Government, leaders of the industry, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. On behalf of Renew Power, I'd like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for inviting us for this momentous day in Odisha's growing status as a favored investment destination. Renew Power, as was just stated, was set up in 2011 by Sumant. Our first project was a 25 megawatt project in Jajdan in Gujarat. This was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. So compared to all the industry captains here, we are fairly young and fairly young even in Odisha. But we are really encouraged by the experience of our colleagues here and are really looking forward to doing business in the state of Odisha. Since the time of our first project, we have grown over 500 times to reach a portfolio of 13,000 megawatts, of which 8,200 megawatts are operational. We have been pioneers in the area of green finance, and we are also the first renewable energy company which got listed on NASDAQ in the United States. Recently, we have diversified into manufacturing of green hydrogen, the clean fuel of the future to replace fossil fuels in all sectors, especially transportation, steel, and fertilizers. Our partner institutions in India are IOC and L&T. At COP27, we also signed a framework agreement with the government of Egypt to set a green hydrogen plant in the Suez Economic Zone. We were one of the only companies to be invited from Asia by the Egyptian government to sign this framework agreement. We look forward to, as has just been announced, the opportunity to work in the area of green hydrogen in the state of Odisha. So thank you so much for the opportunity. At Renew, we go beyond business. For us, we do purpose-driven business, and that's the aim we have in Odisha as well. We are highly encouraged to see the inclusive development which is taking place in Odisha. We look forward to contributing towards that and inclusive growth, engaging women and children. The smart classrooms, which I've been hearing about by all the industry captains, is an area where we are looking at partnering with the government to ensure that they're not only smart, but these are green classrooms as well. So with the blessings of the Chief Minister, we look forward to our entry in the state to help the state move forward in the direction of green and clean energy. Thank you so much. Namaste and Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Ms. Nigam, for your kind address. Ladies and gentlemen, the Avada Group is India's leading integrated energy group with business interests in renewable power generation, solar module manufacturing, electrolyzer manufacturing, and green ammonia production. The Avada Energy, established in the year 2017, is a flagship company of the Avada Group and is one of the fastest growing renewable energy companies in India. The renewable energy arm has consistently been a top performer in the Indian RE space. It has commissioned a few of India's largest renewable energy projects across 11 states. At the helm of affairs is Shri Vineet Mittal, an alumnus of the Harvard Business School and a serial entrepreneur himself. We are very pleased to have him with us, and may I now request him to kindly share his thoughts with us.
Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, dignitaries on the dais, Shri Hemant Sharma, Secretary of Industries, Government of Odisha, distinguished guests, friends from industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege and an honor to be among you all for the eventful Invest Odisha Conclave 2022. I grew up in Calcutta and have often been to Jagannath Puri as a kid and have fond memories of the place. It has always amazed me to see how Lord Jagannath is intimately connected to Odisha's social, culture and religious life. We are a renewable energy business and sunlight is core of our existence. Odisha is home to famous Saint Temple at Kunal, a UNESCO heritage site built in 13th century. It is a testimony to the fact that people have recognized the enormous power of sun well before others. On one hand, Odisha has large forest covers visible when you traveling through the hinterland. On the other hand, as Secretary Sir was explaining, it has large mining and other industry. The perfect blend of industrial development and preservation of nature is hard to achieve. And my congratulations to the state for such a feat in the current era where there is enormous emphasis on sustainable development. Odisha can be guiding light to many. One of the biggest positive of Odisha is its political stability. Policy consistency is an essential prerequisite for industrial growth, and Odisha has the biggest advantage on that front. Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Chief Minister, has been at the helm of affairs for past 2 decades, and which speaks of volume of his popularity with the masses and reflection on his pro-people policies. Under the able leadership of Shri Patnaik, Odisha is among India's fastest growing economy. In the year 2021 and 22, despite the second and third wave of COVID-19, the state GSDP has grown at the rate of 10.1%, which was much higher than the national growth of 8.8%. So I applaud the government for all its achievement. And after the central government announced the national green hydrogen policy, we have selected Odisha to set up our green ammonia, green hydrogen project. It gives me great happiness to share that when we visited Odisha a few months after the policy and expressed our interest to invest in the state, we were welcomed with open arms. The response received surpassed our expectation, following which we had many rounds of fruitful discussion with senior officials of the state government. I am pleased to announce that Avada has decided to invest billions of dollars in Odisha when we are convinced in massive potential of the state, and we are proud to partner with Odisha as it moves towards its next orbit of growth through decarbonization and investment into the green energy. Our investment will include investment in construction of green ammonia plant, renewable energy projects. Green hydrogen and its derivative are considered new oil, and with a strong emphasis of Government of India on decarbonizing Indian economy, Odisha has potential to become the green hydrogen hub, not only for the domestic market, but also for the global market, as demand from Europe, Japan, Korea, etc. are increasing based on their mandate. I'm glad that government recognized this as a thrust sector. The support we have received from industry and energy department has been unparalleled, and I would like to congratulate Honorable Chief Minister for such a wonderful team. We look forward to signing the final agreement with the state government and started working on the project. We aim to work very closely with the government of Odisha on the project. On behalf of entire renewable sector, I would again like to congratulate the entire team of government of Odisha, which has put in tireless effort in organizing such a successful event. Right from when I left my home in Bombay, I saw various hoarding to the airport, to the time you land. I think you guys have done an awesome job. Thank you and wish you all the best. Jai Hind, Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Mr. Vineet Mittal, for your very warm address. Established in 1927, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry is one of the largest and oldest apex business organizations in India. As a national industry partner for Make in Odisha Conclave 2022, FICCI has worked shoulder to shoulder with the government of Odisha in organizing this conclave. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now invite Shri Subrakant Panda, President-elect FICCI, and also Managing Director of IMFA, requesting him to kindly address us.
Shri Naveen Patnaik, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Pratap Keshri Deb, Honorable Minister for Industry, Energy and MSME, dignitaries on and off the dais, excellencies and members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished industry leaders, senior officials of the government of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the government of Odisha under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu for organizing the third edition of Make in Odisha Conclave. Sir, FICCI is a proud partner of this flagship event, and I appreciate the opportunity to engage with your government to promote Odisha and the limitless prospects that it represents. The large gathering of business leaders, country delegations, and senior diplomats reaffirms the emergence of Odisha as one of the most attractive investment destinations in India as a result of a facilitative business environment, pragmatic policies, and skilled manpower, along with transparency and stability in governance. It is headed towards becoming a manufacturing powerhouse with the potential of $1 trillion GSDP, thus making it an integral part of the India growth story. Meticulous planning and flawless execution have been the hallmark of the state government, whether it is in the handling of natural calamities or extending support to the public and industry during the pandemic or organizing this conclave. We at FICCI have seen from close quarters the intricate planning for this event, and Honorable CM's presence at pre-summit roadshows in Dubai and various parts of the country showed his personal commitment to the state's development and gave confidence to both existing and prospective investors. From a state known for its mineral resources, and that too with limited value addition at the turn of the century, as you heard, Odisha is today not only the country's leading producer of steel, stainless steel, alumina and aluminium, but it has also been able to attract leading investors and diversify its manufacturing base. All of this has been made possible by industry-ready infrastructure, and of course, the state has the cheapest industrial power tariff, and skilled in Odisha manpower is an added advantage. Odisha has always had strengths in mineral-based industries, but what is striking is the endeavor of the state government to boost investments in sectors which are new and emerging and futuristic, such as defense and aerospace, IT, electronics, biotech, renewable energy, and many more. It is the outcome of a dynamic administration which is in tune with investors' needs, as evidenced by a flurry of decisions approved by the state cabinet yesterday, including IPR 2022 and sector-specific policies designed to attract investment. As a partner, FICCI has supported the state government by giving its inputs for curating various sessions, reached out to investors and relevant speakers, and is, of course, been involved in the overall organization of the conclave. FICCI has been closely associated in many sectors, and I look forward to further deepening our engagements with the state. Ladies and gentlemen, I also represent IMFA, which is a homegrown company established 61 years ago. We are proud of our roots in Odisha and thankful for the support we have received to get this far. With a large asset base and operations at multiple locations, we provide employment to more than 6,500 people and are a leading earner of foreign exchange. It speaks volumes when an existing investor commits to further investment in the state. I must convey my gratitude to the state government and its various agencies for the speed and efficiency with which our expansion plan received approval, followed by land allocation. We have actually Mr. Hemant Sharma mentioned about 100 acres in 100 days. I think we did it in a little bit less than that. We look forward to bringing the project to fruition and be a small but vital cog in the wheel of Odisha's journey. Honorable Chief Minister, you have a unique connect with the people of Odisha, and your vision for sustainable and inclusive growth has borne fruit with significant investment commitments at previous editions of MIO, and I have no doubt that new benchmarks will be set this year. As the incoming president of FICCI, I assure you of my personal commitment to proactively work with your government and various stakeholders for the state's development. Odisha will be front and center in FICCI's action plan for the coming year, and I hope to bring the organization's rich legacy of 95 years and vast membership base to bear in a positive manner. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Shri Panda, for your kind address. They say rewards and recognition go a long way in motivating us. And as they say, rewards delayed, it's rewards denied. Keeping in line with such thought process, we have lined up our IIF holder felicitation. My request are officials to kindly bring the IIF holders to the designated dais and request Shri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary Industries, to join them to do the honors. So ladies and gentlemen, I will now be taking the names batch-wise. So please join as you hear the name of your company. Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited, Luminous Power Technologies Private Limited, Berger Paints India Limited, Varun Beverages, IFB Agro, TRL Prosaki, TVS Supply Chain Solutions, TYK Corporation, Silox India Private Limited, and Fogla Corporation. Please join in the designated dais along with Shri Hemant Sharma. Let's have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We will now move on to the next batch. Sarvesh Refractory, Sanvira Industries Limited, Shri Chakrapoli Plast India Private Limited, Musaddi Lal Projects Private Limited, Odisha Alloy Steel Private Limited, Sapingen Biologics Private Limited, Dodla Dairy Limited, Sanmar Group, Anadrome Systems Private Limited, and Atha Group. Please join in the designated dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your applause going. Let's encourage them. Thank you. We will now move to the third batch. Aarti Steels Limited, Shri Ma Group, MSP Sponge Iron Limited, Prayan Odisha, Metatox, Kashvi Group, VCI Chemical Industries Private Limited, Signet, Emertech Private Limited, SAPL Industries Private Limited, Parry Enterprises India Limited, Heiko Engineers Private Limited, Cotton World, and MTC Group. Many congratulations. We now move to the fourth batch. Shanti GD Ispat and Private Power Private Limited, Reliable Sponge, Chala Infatrek Private Limited, Thakur Prasad Sao and Sons, United Ferrocast Private Limited, Kai Group, Environ Care Infra Solutions Private Limited, New Lakshmi Steel and Power Private Limited, Times Steel and Power Private Limited, SG Environmental Solutions, Golden Horn Containers Hub Private Limited, MVM Group, Shalimar Wire, Durga Dairy. Thank you. So with that, we complete the photo and moving on. Under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, our state of Odisha has become the destination of choice for international investments as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have three partner countries: Japan, the land of rising sun; Norway, the land of the midnight sun; and Germany, the land which has given the Ruhr Valley to the world. Odisha is also known as the Ruhr of India, with plentiful availability of iron ore, coal, and the partnership can be traced back to the establishment of the Raulkela steel plant with German technology and assistance. Norway has taken the lead in pioneering efforts towards green energy, and we are lucky to have His Excellency with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite His Excellency Mr. Hans Jacob Frydenlund, Ambassador of Norway to India, and may I request him to kindly address us.
Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, fellow diplomats, ministers, distinguished guests, dear friends. Norway is delighted to participate in the Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 as a partner country. And thank you, Chief Minister, for the invitation to join the juggernaut. I must commend you for your leadership in organizing this flagship event, bringing businesses, officials, and international partners together. In my delegation today, I have with me major Norwegian companies based in India. And you may ask, why are we here? Because from the outset, we might look very different. Norway is far away, and the climate is really different. Odisha is half the size of Norway, but contains almost 10 times more inhabitants. I will say, in one aspect, we really identified with Odisha. At the turn of the last century, Norway was one of the poorest countries in Europe, if not the poorest. At the turn of this century, Odisha were one of the poorest states of India. Norway has had an above-average growth rate since, like Odisha, climbing up the ladder step by step. And in this respect, we really feel a connect with Odisha. But Odisha, as been pointed out, is resource-rich. Norway is resource poor. We have a huge territory compared with population because only 3% of the area is arable. So we have a few resources. We have the oceans and we have energy. And that is what has been the basis of our economy, and that has been the base of our wealth. And that's where we see that we can actually make a difference. There we see that we can bring something to Odisha. There we see that we have something, area where we can cooperate. Odisha has a coastline. Odisha has opportunities when it comes to maritime and marine industries. We are both energy states, and we're all grappling with actually moving from fossil fuel to renewable. And that is where we do have our focus. And in this respect, we bring with us companies which are on the forefront in the energy sector and in the forefront in moving ahead into the renewable age. If it's linked to hydroelectrical power, if it's linked to solar power, and if it's linked to hydrogen. Norway was the first country that started to produce green hydrogen a century ago, and the largest production capacities and facilities ever were built in Norway, and therefore we have something to actually share in this respect on the whole value chain and when it comes to know-how. That's why we're here, by actually combining cooperation in the commercial fields, but also to help solve the great problems of our world today, the climate and environment crisis. And we really are looking forward in the coming days to discuss how we can make this concrete in a way where we both make sure that we move out of fossil fuel and into renewable energy, into circular economy in a way that strengthens the economy, that we have a sustainable industry. And here, there's see a lot of untapped potential, and I have to say, we're here because the Norwegian companies asked us to come here. And that's why we really put emphasis on this conclave. And we're happy to be here, and we're looking forward to discuss more issues like the ones I mentioned, but also offshore wind, carbon capture and storage, and green shipping. So I'm looking forward to the deliberations, very constructive deliberations during the conclave, and also wishing you all a successful event. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your warm words. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan is a key country partner of ours with major investments in the steel manufacturing, food processing, metal ancillary and downstream. May I request His Excellency Hiroshi Suzuki-san, Ambassador of Japan to India, requesting him to kindly address us.
ओडिशा के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पटनायक जी, देवियों और सज्जनों, नमस्कार। मेरा नाम हिरोशी सुजुकी है और मैं भारत में जापानी राजदूत नियुक्त हूँ। आज एक पार्टनर कंट्री के तौर पर Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 में शामिल होकर मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है। मैं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री Shri Patnaik ji और इस आयोजन से संबंधित सभी के प्रति अपना हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूँ। मैं 9 नवंबर को भारत आया। I have served Prime Minister Shinzo Abe as his private secretary for foreign affairs for 7.5 years. As such, I have seen up close how he endeavored to propel Japan-India relations to a whole new height. Of course, diplomatic, security cooperation, people-to-people exchange cooperation, but one important major pillar, of course, was strengthening economic relations. So when he had a chance to meet Japanese top business leaders, he would always say, if you are considering making new investment overseas, I recommend investing in India. So राजदूत का नया पद ग्रहण करने के बाद अपनी पहली क्षेत्रीय यात्रा के रूप में भुवनेश्वर का दौरा करने की मुझे बहुत खुशी है। ये वर्ष 2022 जापान और भारत के बीच राजनयिक संबंधों की स्थापना की 70वीं वर्षगांठ है। ऐसे में हमारे दोनों देशों के बीच के आर्थिक संबंधों को मजबूत करना सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं ओडिशा के आर्थिक विकास के लिए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी के अतुलनीय नेतृत्व का हार्दिक सम्मान करता हूँ। इस वर्ष मार्च में हमारे दोनों देशों ने आने वाले 5 वर्षों में जापान से भारत की ओर सरकारी और निजी निवेश तथा फाइनेंसिंग के लिए 5 ट्रिलियन जापानी येन का लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया है। इस लक्ष्य को पूरा करने के लिए मैं ओडिशा को स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट रखना चाहूँगा। When Prime Minister Abe took office back in late 2000, I traced statistics, and in 2008, only 3 Japanese companies were investing and operating in the state of Odisha. Now, Prime Minister Abe stepped down in his second administration in 2000, and by that time, the number of Japanese companies investing in the state of Odisha has almost become 20-fold. So if Prime Minister Abe were standing here today, I'm sure he would say, if you are considering making new investment, I recommend investing in Odisha. Today, as many as 58 Japanese companies are actively operating in the state of Odisha. To name a few in particular, Nippon Steel, JF Steel, for example, they have been long operating here in Odisha, of course in the area of steel. Now this afternoon, we will have a Japan session where 4 Japanese companies will make presentations. First, Indonesian, and Indonesian is famous for its instant foods such as top ramen noodles. And then TYK Corporation, which will make presentation in the steel sector. And then third, Mitsubishi Corporation. Of course, it's a leading global trading company, which will make presentation on people-to-people exchange. And finally, Fujisoft will make a presentation on IT. So I hope their presentations will bring you most up-to-date on their current activities and hope you will make new connections. Make in India, or make in Odisha ko barawa denemen puri raganse sahayata karunga. मैं आज सभी प्रतिभागियों के अच्छे स्वास्थ्य और खुशी की कामना करता हूँ। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
माननीय हिरोशी सुजुकी सान, आपके संबोधन के लिए हम आपको हृदय से धन्यवाद करते हैं। Every year in the month of Margasiro on Thursday, every Odia household prays to Goddess Lakshmi for prosperity and wealth, also known as the Margasiro Guruvar Puja. Today is the last Thursday dedicated for this auspicious puja. We all know that Odisha is a very rich and diverse state in every aspect. However, it lacked Goddess Lakshmi's blessings for many years. When our Honorable Chief Minister took over the reins of power for the state, he also brought along with him Goddess Lakshmi's blessings of abundance and prosperity. With his foresightedness, pioneering vision, and a deep compassion for his people, he took Odisha on a path of prosperity, abundance, and stability. Ladies and gentlemen, on this auspicious occasion, it is indeed my absolute honor to invite our most beloved Chief Minister, not just in Odisha, but all over India, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, and may I please request him to kindly address us.
Dignitaries on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to industry leaders, investors, and all delegates present here for the 3rd edition of the Make in Odisha Conclave. I am happy to welcome our country partners, the ambassadors of Japan and Norway, and the Consul General of Germany. Welcome to the land of new opportunities. Welcome to Odisha. Odisha is fast emerging as a major investment destination in the country. We are a progressive state with clear focus on transformation in all sectors. Stable governance is the cornerstone of peace, prosperity, and progress. We have an unprecedented mandate from the electorate due to our continued performance over the last 2 decades. Our citizen-centric governance model has set global benchmarks. Initiatives like Mo Sarkar and 5T Charter give dignity and respect to our people. Our inclusive development agenda emphasizes on education, health, skill development, agriculture, women's empowerment, tribal development, and so on. Mission Shakti, comprising 70 lakh women, is a unique empowerment initiative. Our health assurance scheme, BSKY, is a milestone in the public health sector. Participatory governance ensures that gains are shared across all sections of society. We have been able to reduce poverty by 50% while doubling the farmers' income over the last 2 decades. Our fiscal prudence and economic management has been appreciated across the country. We are one of the few states with adequate revenues to undertake large-scale infrastructure projects. Our investor-friendly initiatives and transformatory governance has put us on a journey of progress and prosperity. I invite each one of you to come join us on this journey. I assure you that our government will run the extra mile to make you comfortable in our state. We will walk along your side and make sure your dreams as an entrepreneur are realized. Odisha's prosperity is interlinked with new investments. We completely understand this, and therefore we welcome you from the core of our hearts. We offer you better than the best. Our industrial policy provides the support and incentives which are beyond the best in the country. We are launching new policies in the sectors of tourism, renewable energy, apparel and textiles, food processing, exports, and so on. We will continue to work with each one of you and understand your requirements and provide the best support systems. As all of you know, Odisha is a major force in the field of mining and mineral-based industries. The state has attracted major investments in steel and aluminum projects and will emerge as the global hub in these sectors by the turn of this decade. However, we are ambitious to develop Odisha in other sectors too. We are making huge capital investment in improving our transport infrastructure, expressway, railways, airports, seaports. We are a pioneer in electricity reforms and have successfully created the framework and investment towards providing quality, affordable energy. Our focus on creating quality education through high schools, transformation, world-class higher educational institutions, Skilled in Odisha program, the World's Skills Center, providing quality, affordable healthcare systems will enable social capital and support the industry with highly qualified human resources. Odisha is destined to become a $1 trillion economy in the near future. We will emerge as the gateway to the East and Southeast Asia. I invite you to come and invest in a new Odisha. Come, join the Juggernaut.